Hi, everyone. We would now like to welcome back Martin Kostuik, CEO and Director of Battery Mineral Resources Corp, trades on the OTCQB under the symbol BTRMF and on the TSXV under the symbol BMR. So BMR published a press release earlier this week with several operational readiness, permitting, and community activity updates. Welcome back, Martin, and tell us a little bit about some of these important details from this recent press release.
Oh, that's great. Thanks for having me back as a part of the continuing conference here. Glad to be here. Yeah, really glad to be able to update our shareholders and potential shareholders about the activities that we have going on down south in Chile at the Punataki mine, which is, of course, our primary focus and the area where we're really focusing all of our efforts and capital to restart operations at this former producing underground copper mine in Chile. And so we're very happy to be able to say that we have pressed the start button, and for all intents and purposes. We have a couple of months ago announced that we were embarking on a funding campaign to capitalize the mine back into production, and we've been successful thus far in executing that campaign. We're not finished, but we have great visibility on finishing it, so we decided that we would go ahead and start activities down south, and we've done just that. And that was the primary focus of the update press release that we put out, really outlining the various activities that are going on down south. And as you said, it's in the categories of operational readiness first and foremost, and permitting activities. So yeah, in terms of operational readiness, and I think that's maybe the more exciting part for our shareholders to hear about is that we're busily getting things ready at both the plant and the mine. And if people would recall, the capital that's being allocated there is quite simple because of the brownfield nature of the project and the fact that it operated for almost 10 years and it was operating as recently as April of 2020. So that allocation, the activities, in other words, to get the mine going again and the mill are quite simple. And we've started those activities. We're bringing people in. We're on schedule in terms of the hiring of staff and workers. We have a schedule laid out, and we're on schedule, and that's going quite well. We are bringing equipment in for the mine. Some has been delivered already, and we're beginning activities in terms of the maintenance of the mines, as you can expect. We have to get in there and make sure that the workings are safe to enter into again. We have to reestablish power and water and all the important things that you need in the various mines. We're beginning those activities in our San Andres mine, and very soon, next month, we'll be beginning the same activities in Sanabria, and then after that in the Dalmatia mine. So, having said that, you would surmise that we're going to be active in 3 different mines, which will be all involved in supplying feed to the processing mill. So that's going quite well. In terms of the mill side of things, the mill is in great shape. I think everybody understands that it was well operated. It was capitalized very well, built and operated by Glencore. So it's in great shape, but there is some work that needs to be done. We have to fix a few things here and there, and we'll be doing that over the next couple of months. We're not only repairing things, but we're also upgrading and in some cases adding more modernized equipment in terms of electronics to the mill, bringing it in a little bit more into the more 21st century type of thing. And that's going well. So we'll be doing those activities over the next couple of months, leading up to commissioning of the mill in February, March timeframe. So very excited. We're actually pushing the button, and we're getting going down there.
Well, it does sound like 2024 will be a transformational year for Battery Minerals. So talk a little bit about some of those major milestones you expect to accomplish next year.
Next year is going to be very exciting for us. We are, as I said, we're beginning activities, pre-operational activities at the mine and the mill, getting ready for 2024, which is going to be very exciting for us. Our first major step is to get through all of the activities that I just explained, leading up to the production of copper concentrates coming from the mines into the mill, producing copper concentrates and marketing those to the marketplace, beginning as early as the end of Q1, early Q2 next year. So you'll see announcements of us meeting our goals in terms of getting things ready and pushing the button in the mill. So we're already beginning to take shipments of third-party feed for the mill over the next couple of months. As we get underground in our own mines, we'll be delivering that feed and stockpiling it next to the mill, getting it ready. And so the first major, I think, accomplishment that people will notice is that we're announcing that we're producing copper again at the Punitaki mill. And that's going to be very exciting. It is the only fully capable sulfide copper producing mill in the whole region. And the fact that we're getting it going again, it's the people in the community is very excited. The people around us at the other mines are anxiously watching to see if we can accomplish this feat. But and that's going to give us a lot of credibility in the region and in the country itself as we look to expand our operations in the future. But that's the first milestone, is to get copper producing, and following our projection of going from lower production rates and ramping up to full production by the end of next year. So full production rate is about 25 million pounds of copper a year. So very exciting near next year.
And talk a little bit about the overall copper market at present. What's your view, and what's changed recently for the better or worse in regard for your company?
Yeah, I think the sentiment for copper is still very much a consensus that copper will be in much higher demand, and the supply is not necessarily having a strong outlook. So demand will outpace supply in the medium term. Recent activities out there, of course, the big news is Cobre Panama shutting down, and hopefully those people can get back to work soon. But that's a major mine supplying about 2% of the world's supply that's off commission right now, and that's going to have some effect in the markets. It's hard to see at this point what that will be, but it's certainly, I think one would intuitively say that it's going to be positive for the price of copper. But the demand's going to be there, and the forecasts of the electrification that's going on around the world, especially the advent of battery vehicles, is having a big effect, and maybe even a bigger effect than we thought even a year ago. So the future is very bright for copper.
Well, and many investors know Chile as the world's largest copper producer. So how has your experience been in that country, and what would you like investors to know about Chile?
I think first and foremost, what you said is that Chile is by far the largest supplier of copper to the world market. And they are the number one producer for many, many good reasons, and many reasons that are still very, very prevalent today. I guess about a year and a half ago, there was probably some doubt about what might happen to the copper markets in Chile due to the elections and whatnot, but it's actually turned out to be very positive. The country understands that copper is such an important part of their economy that they're not willing to put a pressure on that market at all. So it is a great place to do business, and I've been down there many, many times since we acquired the operation, and there's just a tremendous amount of opportunity for companies like ourselves to grow within that marketplace there. So very, very positive place to be.
And last question for you, Martin. Oscar asks, well, first of all, he says, congratulations on the raise to date and starting up. How are you with the equipment and labor? Talk about your infrastructure and what is needed there.
Okay. That's a great question. And as an operator of a company, that's something that I think about quite often. So thank you for that very insightful sort of question. I would say that about a year ago, if you asked me the same question in terms of labor, bringing people in and getting to work, I would say, we don't have a very clear picture of that, but it has become very clear in the recent months. We hired a very capable general manager several months ago, and his focus has been putting his hands on a supply of labor to bring the mine into production. He's doing a tremendous job, and we have a tremendous number of people that are willing to come back to the area because they lived and worked at the mine for 10 years and had to move away to keep working in the mining industry. So they want to come back home and live next to grandma, type of thing, and so we're having very much success, and we're on schedule in terms of our recruiting process. On the equipment side of things, We've worked very hard to secure a supply of mobile mining equipment, and that's going very well. As you recall, it really is the mobile equipment is what we need. Everything else in terms of fixed assets we already have because of the brownfield nature of the site. So we're in great shape.
Wonderful. Well, thank you, Martin, for this update. Congratulations, and we look forward to following along with continued success in 2024.
Well, thank you very much, and good luck with the rest of the conference.
Thank you so much. All right. Everyone, it's been a really great day, and we appreciate you tuning in. Know that in just a second, you'll be redirected to the registration page for our next conference in 2024 next month. So reserve your spot. On behalf of all of us at Emerging Growth, I'd like to thank our presenters and attendees for helping make this such a great success. Remember, a complete replay of the conference separated by company will be on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Emerging Growth Conference. And follow us on Twitter at Emerging Growth C. We always post new information on Twitter first. I'm Anna Berry. On behalf of myself and our entire team, we wish you happy, healthy, and successful rest of 2023 and a very happy new year. We'll see you in 2024. Thanks for watching.